tutorial, you'll learn how to handle refueling Airbus A320 neo aircraft. Refueling an aircraft is one of the most dangerous tasks performed on an airport's apron. The hazard of fire, spills and other dangers are high, so you must follow many safety rules. But don't worry, I will explain everything to you. An aircraft is standing at the stand, with a planned departure very soon. Your task is to refuel the appropriate amount of fuel and ensure that the tanks are properly balanced. Get into the tanker truck and drive it to the vicinity of the indicated aircraft. Remember, under no circumstances should you turn off the engine in the tanker when refueling. There is an important reason for this, namely, in the event of a fire, you must quickly move the tanker away from the aircraft and the terminal to prevent a potential disaster. Okay. Jump out of the cab and then open the door to the tanker's fuel compartment. Now you will need to protect yourself and the aircraft from possible sparks by connecting the grounding cable. Grab the grounding cable on the left side of the container. To connect the grounding cable, go to the aircraft's rear wheel and follow the actions displayed on the screen. Then open the flap on the aircraft wing to prepare for connecting the fuel hose. Approach the tanker, grab the fuel hose and pull it under the wing and connect it to the inlet. Great. Now check the tablet for the amount of fuel you'll need to refuel the aircraft. Go to the Operations tab. Select the aircraft that you need to refuel. In the task table, you will see the amount of fuel you need to refuel. Then go to the aircraft's refueling panel. Now that the fuel panel is revealed, take a moment to study it, and I'll explain how to use it. Starting from the top. You have the fuel quantity displayed on 3 screens, showing the amount of fuel in each tank. Below there are 3 indicators that tell you whether the valve to the tank is open. These switches are used to manually open or close the valves. This switch is used to select the mode between refueling and draining fuel from the tanks. Using this switch, you perform 2 tests. The high-level test checks the operation of the high-level fuel lights. LTS checks the proper operation of all fuel level sensors and screens. This switch starts the batteries needed to start the fuel panel system. On the left side, there is a display that informs you about the amount of fuel you have selected to refuel. Below it, there is a switch that adjusts the final fuel value. On the right side, the display shows the total fuel amount from all tanks. The end lamp informs you when the refueling process is complete. Now that the panel has been explained, we will focus on refueling itself. You need to distribute the amount of fuel indicated in the tablet between the 3 tanks of the aircraft. Unlike the 737, in the A320, the computer automatically distributes fuel between tanks. Your task is to select the appropriate amount of fuel using the pre-selected switch. To set the desired amount of fuel, toggle the right side of the switch. To stop, toggle the left side of the switch. If you happen to set too much fuel, you can decrease it by switching the switch to the DEC position. Now we will go through the panel preparation for refueling. Start the battery by switching it to the on position. Then conduct the LTS test. Now start the high-level test. Add 11.7 tons of fuel to the tank using the pre-selected switch. To exit the panel view, press the button displayed on screen. Now we only need to start the pump in the tanker by pulling the first lever from the left. You don't have to worry about overfilling, as it has an automatic fuel flow blocking system that will stop when the selected value on the computer is reached. Once the computer blocks the flow, you'll need to manually secure the valve by switching the switch to the closed position. After the computer blocks the flow, you must manually secure the valve by switching the mode select switch to the off position and locking the switch with a lock. Now turn off the battery on the panel. Then close the fuel panel door. Great! Approach the tanker and turn off the fuel pump. Now disconnect the hose from the aircraft and return it to the tanker. Then disconnect the grounding cable, close the panel flap on the aircraft's wing and close the flap on the tanker. To confirm that you have completed the task, use the communication panel. Open it by performing the action displayed on screen. After opening it, select the Flight Crew tab, then Fuel, and finally, confirm refueling. Great! Now you can refuel an A320 aircraft. Keep in mind to move the tanker to a safe location after refueling. See you later!